The Science of Getting Rich with the Science of Being Great. This book contains 2 parts. Part 1 is The Science of Getting Rich, which includes 17 chapters. Part 2 is The Science of Being Great, which includes 21 chapters. Let's begin with a summary of Part 1, The Science of Getting Rich. Before starting the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 1. The Right to Be Rich. The summary of the chapter. The chapter starts by challenging the notion that poverty has any virtues. It argues that to live a truly fulfilling life mentally, spiritually, and physically, one must have money. Without financial resources, it is difficult to access the things necessary for personal growth, such as education, good food, comfortable shelter, and leisure activities. Example: the artist and wealth. Imagine a talented artist living in poverty. This artist has great potential, but without the money to buy quality materials, a studio space, or even books and courses to expand their knowledge, their talent remains stifled. They may also struggle with the stress of daily survival, which can drain their creative energy and leave them unable to focus on their art. Now, contrast this with the same artist having enough wealth to fully explore their craft. With financial resources, they can afford the best materials, travel to places that inspire their work, and even hire mentors to guide their development. Their artistic skills can flourish, and they can create more impactful and profound work. The artist, through their success, can contribute to society, inspire others, and bring beauty into the world, something that would have been much harder to achieve while living in poverty. Wealth and personal development. The chapter argues that just as the artist needs resources to reach their potential, every person requires wealth to develop their mind, body, and soul. For instance, mind to grow intellectually, one needs access to books, educational opportunities, and intellectual companionship. Without money, these opportunities are limited. Body, good health requires nutritious food, comfortable living conditions, and the ability to rest and relax, all of which cost money. Soul, the soul thrives on love and the joy of giving, but poverty can restrict one's ability to express love through acts of generosity, whether towards family, friends, or society. The misconception of money as evil. The chapter also addresses a common misconception, the belief that money is inherently evil, or that the desire for money is wrong. The author argues that this belief is misguided and detrimental. Wealth, when viewed correctly, is not about greed but about enabling a fuller, richer life. For example, the artist who becomes wealthy can now give back to their community by funding art programs, donating to causes they care about, or simply creating art that uplifts others. The right to be rich. The key takeaway is that the desire to be rich is not just about accumulating money for its own sake. It's about ensuring that one can live a complete life, realizing their full potential in all areas. Wealth allows for the full expression of who you are, your talents, your desires, and your love for others. This chapter posits that everyone has a right to pursue wealth because it enables the highest form of personal and social development. Conclusion. In summary, Chapter 1 argues that wealth is essential for a complete life. Without it, personal growth is stunted, and one's ability to contribute to society is limited. Therefore, the pursuit of wealth is not only natural but necessary for fulfilling one's potential and serving others. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Chapter 2. There is a Science of Getting Rich. The summary of this chapter argues that acquiring wealth is not random or dependent on luck, environment, or talent alone. Instead, it is governed by specific laws, much like mathematical principles, that guarantee success if followed correctly. The author refers to this method as doing things in a certain way. Key concepts. The certain way. This is a systematic approach to doing things that leads to wealth. Whether you do this intentionally or by accident, following these principles will result in success. Failing to follow them, regardless of hard work or ability, will likely result in remaining poor. Environment and talent are not determinants. The chapter emphasizes that wealth is not necessarily tied to one's environment or natural talents. People in the same location and business often experience vastly different financial outcomes. The difference lies in whether or not they are doing things in this certain way. Universal applicability. The principles of getting rich are universally applicable. It doesn't matter if you are talented or not, strong or weak, in a favorable or unfavorable environment. What matters is that you follow the principles correctly. Example: 2 restaurant owners. Imagine 2 restaurant owners in the same town, operating similar establishments with similar menus and customer bases. Owner A does things in a certain way. They focus on providing excellent customer service, maintain a clean and inviting atmosphere, and consistently offer high-quality food. They also treat their employees well, which boosts morale and results in better service for customers. Furthermore, Owner A is strategic with marketing, attracting a steady stream of customers, and they manage their finances prudently, reinvesting profits back into the business. Owner B runs their restaurant without paying much attention to the finer details. Their service is average. The restaurant is clean but not particularly inviting, and the food quality varies. They don't engage in much marketing, relying solely on word of mouth, and their financial management is lax, often leading to cash flow problems. Despite both restaurants being in the same town and offering similar products, Owner A thrives and becomes wealthy, while Owner B struggles to stay afloat. Why Owner A succeeds? Owner A succeeds because they are following the principles of the certain way. They focus on value. They offer something of consistent and high quality, which attracts and retains customers. Maintain good relationships by treating employees and customers well. They create a positive atmosphere that encourages repeat business. Be strategic. They use marketing effectively and manage their finances wisely, ensuring the business's growth and stability. Meanwhile, Owner B, who is not following these principles, fails to achieve similar success despite being in the same environment with similar resources. Conclusion. The chapter concludes that wealth is the result of following certain laws and principles which can be learned and applied by anyone, regardless of their starting point. It's not about where you are, what you do, or how talented you are. It's about how you do things. By mastering this certain way, anyone can achieve wealth with the certainty and precision of a scientific formula. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Chapter 3. Is opportunity monopolized? The summary of this chapter challenges the notion that some people are poor because opportunities are monopolized by the wealthy, or because certain people or groups have locked away all the wealth. Instead, it argues that there is an abundance of opportunity available to everyone, but these opportunities might appear in different forms depending on the times and criteria. Key concepts. 1. Abundance of opportunity. There is always a vast array of opportunities available, regardless of the period or location. While some industries or business avenues may close or become less profitable, new ones continually open up. 2. Changing tides of opportunity. The flow of opportunity changes with time and societal needs. For example, as manufacturing industries decline in certain areas, new opportunities may arise in technology, healthcare, or other sectors. 3. The law of wealth. The ability to move up financially is not controlled by a few, but is available to anyone who learns and applies the certain way of doing things. This principle is universally applicable. 4. Inexhaustible supply. The chapter emphasizes that the resources of the universe are essentially infinite. Nature is abundant, and there is always more to create and explore. Wealth is not limited by the amount of available resources, but by people's willingness to harness and utilize them correctly. Example: 2 tech entrepreneurs. Imagine 2 individuals, Hazel and Aaron, who are both passionate about technology. Hazel decides to pursue a career in manufacturing because it was historically profitable. However, as time passes, the demand for traditional manufacturing declines, and Hazel finds it increasingly difficult to grow her business. She feels that the opportunities in her field are drying up and blames this on the monopolization of wealth by large corporations. Aaron, on the other hand, notices the shift in the market. He realizes that new opportunities are emerging in technology, particularly in developing software solutions for healthcare. Despite having no background in healthcare, Aaron starts learning about the industry and eventually creates a software platform that streamlines patient management for hospitals. Hazel and Aaron both started with similar skills and passion for technology, but Aaron chose to go with the tide of opportunity, recognizing the shift in societal needs and adapting to it. As a result, Aaron becomes successful and wealthy, while Hazel struggles. Why Aaron succeeds? Aaron succeeds because he follows the principle that opportunities are always available if you are willing to adapt and look for them. He recognizes change. Aaron understands that opportunities evolve and that he must evolve with them. Takes action instead of sticking with a declining industry. Aaron moves into a field with growing demand. Learns and adapts. Aaron takes the time to learn about a new industry and apply his skills in a way that meets current needs. Meanwhile, Hazel fails to recognize that the opportunities in her chosen field are dwindling and does not adapt to the changing market. She blames external factors, like monopolization, instead of exploring new avenues. Conclusion. The chapter asserts that no one is kept poor due to a lack of opportunity or monopolization of wealth. Instead, wealth and opportunities are abundant and constantly shifting. Success comes to those who recognize these shifts and are willing to adapt and take advantage of new opportunities by doing things in a certain way. This principle applies universally, and anyone can achieve wealth by following it. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Chapter 4. The first principle in the science of getting rich. The core idea of this chapter is that thought is the fundamental force that can create tangible wealth. The universe is made of thinking substance, a divine, intelligent substance that responds to thought. When you form a clear and definite thought, this substance shapes itself according to that thought and manifests it into reality. Key concepts. 1. Thinking substance. The universe is filled with a divine, intelligent substance that creates all things. This substance responds to thoughts, meaning that a thought can create physical forms or experiences when impressed upon this substance. 2. Power of thought. Our thoughts have the power to shape our reality. By holding a clear image of what we want in our minds and impressing it upon the thinking substance, we can bring that image into physical existence. 3. Creation process. The process of creation doesn't always happen instantly. Like how an oak tree grows slowly over time, thoughts manifest into reality gradually following natural laws and processes. 4. Faith and focus. To effectively use this principle, one must have unwavering faith in the power of thought and avoid all doubt or conflicting beliefs. This focus is essential to ensure the thoughts are strong and consistent enough to manifest. Example: building a dream home. Imagine Sarah, who dreams of building her ideal home. She doesn't have the money or resources immediately available, but she believes in the power of her thoughts to create her reality. Forming the thought, Sarah spends time every day visualizing her dream home in great detail: its layout, the colors, the furniture, and even the view from the windows. She mentally walks through the house, seeing it as if it already exists. Impressing the thought, she holds this image firmly in her mind, believing that the thinking substance of the universe is working to bring this house into physical reality. She doesn't worry about how it will happen, she simply trusts that her thoughts will be realized. Avoiding doubt. Sarah avoids engaging in any negative thoughts or conversations that could create doubt about her ability to manifest the house. She also avoids media or people that suggest such ideas are impossible. Manifestation. Over time, Sarah begins to see opportunities that lead her closer to her goal. She finds a piece of land at a good price, unexpectedly receives a financial gift from a relative, and meets a builder who offers her a great deal. Eventually, her dream home becomes a reality. Why it works for Sarah. Sarah succeeds because she follows the principles laid out in the chapter. Clear thought. She has a definite vision of what she wants. Faith. She believes without doubt that her thoughts will manifest. Persistent focus. She consistently visualizes her dream and avoids anything that might weaken her belief. Through her unwavering belief and focused thought, Sarah taps into the thinking substance of the universe, which begins to arrange circumstances and opportunities to manifest her dream home. Conclusion. This chapter teaches that wealth and success begin with thought. By understanding that the universe is made of a thinking, responsive substance, and by learning to direct our thoughts with clarity and faith, we can create the reality we desire. This is the foundational principle in the science of getting rich, and mastering it is essential for anyone who wishes to attain wealth. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel. Summary of Chapter 5, Increasing Life. Key concept. The chapter emphasizes that the desire to get rich is not only natural but essential for living a fuller, more abundant life. It argues that this desire aligns with the inherent nature of the universe and God, who desires continuous growth and expression through all living beings, including humans. Main ideas. 1. Divine desire for growth. The universe, or intelligent substance, is a living, conscious entity that inherently seeks to express and expand life. This desire for increase is seen in all aspects of life, from the seed that multiplies into many seeds to human consciousness that constantly seeks more knowledge and experience. 2. Riches as a means to fulfill potential. To live a fuller life, one must have the resources, riches, to express and develop all aspects of life: physical, mental, and spiritual. The desire for wealth is not just about material gain, but about expanding one's capacity to live more fully and effectively. 3. Creation, not competition. The chapter stresses that wealth should not be pursued through competition or by taking from others. Instead, wealth should be created through positive, constructive actions that contribute to the overall good. The universe is abundant, and there is enough for everyone. One does not need to take from others to get rich. 4. Alignment with divine purpose. To truly prosper, one must align their desires with the purpose of God. which is the increase of life for all. This means pursuing wealth in a way that benefits others, not just oneself. Extreme selfishness or altruism is discouraged instead. Balance and integrity in pursuit of wealth are encouraged. 5. Example of life's abundance. The chapter uses the metaphor of chickens chasing after scraps instead of going to the full pan of food to illustrate how people often struggle over limited resources instead of tapping into the abundant source. 6. Success stories. The chapter highlights the success of individuals like Bill Gates and Ray Kroc, who created immense wealth by innovating and providing valuable services to society, not by competing destructively but by creating new opportunities and resources. 7. Faith in abundance. The chapter concludes with a reminder to always trust in the limitless supply of the universe. One should never fear that there won't be enough or that others will take what they desire. Instead, focus on creating what you want from the boundless resources of divine substance. Example to illustrate: imagine a woman who starts a chicken farm. She notices that when she feeds the chickens, some grab a small piece and run away, causing others to chase them instead of eating from the full pan of food available to all. This mirrors how people often scramble for limited resources instead of realizing that there is an abundant supply if they just go directly to the source. This analogy highlights the chapter's message: don't compete for limited resources, instead, create wealth by tapping into the infinite abundance of the universe. Before moving on to the next chapter, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel